Welcome to the Rimm-Podcast, episode 15. This is the podcast, either you're a lawyer, a CPA, physician, entrepreneur, spiritual leader, community leader, to come together to care and share within the community. Today, we have so much stuff to talk about it. We will talk about the tax issues, we'll talk about the investing issues, we'll talk about other stuff that the majority of real estate and mortgage brokers are now aware of. Today, we got a really two special guests, Matt Bell, President of the HBI company, and Steve Bell, Vice President of the company. Welcome, guys, to the show.
I appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I know it took us some time to get here, but we are here.
Yes,
That's right.
Because we are all busy. We are all
Right.
busy. And after the pandemic, and there was so much restrictions and the rules, we got to work through, comply, and that way we don't get in trouble. So we have a lot of audience. Please listen to us today. We'll have what it takes to be a business owner, but when you are a business owner, you need a good CPA firm too.
Right.
If you don't have a good CPA firm, then you can get in trouble.
That's right.
So my first question is, where are you guys coming from, your background, if you can a little bit share with our audience, or our audience aware of you and your company.
You want to start?
Sure, I'll start. Well, of course, I'm Steve Bell, and my background actually was initially in restaurant and retail management.
Okay.
And so, but I got into the CPA field, or the accounting field, 2004, I think it was, and Matt we'll talk a little bit more, I'm sure, about that. But born and raised in Florida.
Nice.
So, yeah, Florida native, one of the rare
Nice.
ones.
Nice.
So.
So it's a big change.
Yes.
Good. That's a good change.
Yes.
What about you, sir?
Yeah, so I was actually born in Pennsylvania, moved to Florida when I was about 5. My parents moved down here. So I've lived in North Carolina, Georgia a little bit, but mainly Florida. So I kind of consider Florida my
You also have an accounting degree too?
I do have an
Okay.
accounting degree.
You graduated from where?
I graduated from Warner University in Lake Wales, and then
Okay.
got my 5th year of accounting at Florida Southern in Lakeland. So
Nice.
to become a CPA, you've got to have 5 years of accounting.
Okay.
So yeah, I worked for a firm for about 6 years in Winter Haven, and then decided I think it's
Become
time
your
to,
own
to go out on my own. Worked out of my house for about 3 months and realized that I had too much business to take on my own. So talked with Steve. We met at a dive bar type restaurant in Lake Wales called
Okay.
Cherry Pocket. Talked about him coming on as a partner in what was Bell & Associates CPA firm, and that's where it started. So that was about,
2004. Well,
2004,
we
yeah.
actually talked at Thanksgiving dinner before that at,
Yeah, that's
at
right.
my parents' house, and then he said I was kind of thinking about it. And my background, I have a degree in theology, and also when I started with him, went back to school, got a degree in accounting.
Good.
So-
Here we go. So everything in our business, the way you guys today starts from somewhere.
That's
So I
right.
just want to make sure that all of the graduated students that we talked about before the show started, you got to start from somewhere. You got to grow. You got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to the business. How you guys, you said you used to be a Bell Associates degree, a Bell Associate firm. Now you are an HBI. How did you came with HBI? What stands for?
Yeah, so it's the HBI stands for Harding Bell International. We actually merged with another accounting firm called Harding & Associates. That was about 7 years ago. The point of merging was really, we were really good at the technical side and not quite as good at the marketing side
Okay.
back then. Harding & Associates was great at marketing. They did a lot of similar things to what we did on foreign national tax. And so we'd known them for 15 years, decided to partner up. Eventually, about 6 months ago, the Hardings retired, and so Steve and I took over
Good.
the entire company.
Good.
So
Congratulations on that.
we grew from kind of one person, which was me, to right now I think we have 33 employees.
Good. Congratulations.
Should be maybe close to 40 by the end of the year. So
Good. Congratulations on that.
thank you.
Congratulations on that. So now, if there is a realtor, a mortgage, don't know anything about taxes, they should definitely go to you, even if I'm a mortgage broker. My questions, you got to defend yourself on the show.
All right.
Sure.
So why you are better than other CPAs? Why should I do business with you compared to another CPAs?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. I think that CPAs in general have really good technical knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, we consider ourselves to be different than a typical CPA firm. So,
Okay.
part of that is really being interactive with the clients. We get a lot of clients that come from other firms that say, they do a good job preparing my tax return, but there's really no advanced planning. I don't really feel comfortable with them. I don't feel like I can ask questions. We want to be personable. CPAs, I think, in general, are a little dry and don't have a lot of personality. That's not us. I think I talked to you about
Yeah,
that
like lawyers.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I race motocross. I'm actually
Yes.
a pastor at the track, so
Oh, nice.
I do a little bit of everything. And Steve, he's my brother, so
He's very interactive
Yeah.
with the people.
we're kind of cut from the same cloth. So
Good.
I think that really the planning side is what sets us apart from probably other CPA firms, and the fact that we can deal with domestic, international, and we can go from data entry, bookkeeping, all the way up to complex financial tax planning.
Good. So you are able to help
Right.
pretty much anybody.
That's right.
My other question: what type of clients you serve, and what type of client you are interested to work with?
Well, a big portion of what we do is we work with international people that, for example, they invest here in Florida with vacation homes, or their rental home. They could be long-term or vacation homes. There's a huge amount of vacation homes here in the Central Florida area, and so one of the things we've done and our firm has done traditionally is really cater to them. We're really kind of expertise as far as tax for non-residents, and then there's other things that go along with that. Just a part of it. That's a big part of our firm. But then, of course, we have property management companies and real estate agents, and Matt can probably has a better idea on the mix of clients on the domestic side than I do. But it's all kind of tied together. And up to a point, if I could go back a bit to the last question.
Yes.
One of the things, definitely on the technical stuff, that's where we feel like really sets us apart, and the fact that we're very good at that, and the personal side. When I go out and I do a lot of events, I meet a lot of people. One of the things that people are really like about us, I think, is that we're responsive. Matt alluded to that, mentioned that we're responsive. And actually, you don't see CPAs out there networking. I think it kind of speaks to us as people as well as our team. Our team pretty much is pretty personable. They're easy to talk to, and we're always, we're available.
So people see your faces rather
exactly
than somebody sitting behind a
Right.
computer and chatting somewhere from China or India and then try to help you in CPA matters.
That's right. And I think the education side too, we're very into educating realtors, property management companies, and so we have those educational seminars at our office. We want to really genuinely, we want to help people. That's what it's about. So of course we're all here to make money.
Yes,
That's what
of
puts
course.
food on the table.
Yes.
But we care about our clients, and
We must survive.
that's exactly
No,
right.
the question, I want to get back, somebody coming of the outside of the country wants to buy the real estate. Do you help them to apply with the TIN numbers?
100%.
100%.
Yeah, so we're certifying acceptance agents, which means they can come into our office. We can certify their passports, which is part of the requirement to get the ITIN. If they're not able to travel to the U.S., they can actually FedEx their passports to us. We will certify them and FedEx them back to them the next day. And so we deal with that entire process from beginning to end.
So you're not kind of immigration office by since you are.
Well,
You can do all of the stuff for them. So
That's
it's
right.
one-stop shop.
That's
They don't have to
exactly
go. They will save their time and hustle.
And we save them money too. It's usually what they try. Some of the things they try and do outside in their home countries, it's much more expensive than for us to handle it for them.
Okay. So my other question, when they are buying the real estate, especially in an international investor coming to meet domestic real estate guy, the real estate guy now aware of the investing rules and laws and everything. Majority they give them a wrong piece of advice.
Yeah.
When they come to you and the CPA say no, you cannot do that. So what would your suggestion be to all of the real estate people who are getting in investors? And you probably guys see the huge surge, people moving from New York, moving from other place here. What would your professional CPA advice would be to all of the realtors that will not guide them in the wrong directions?
Well, I think it goes back to the education that we were talking about. We want to make sure that we're able to really educate the real estate agents and help them as they go through the process and helping their clients. So if they come to us and the client has a tax question, we always advise, hey, don't answer tax questions to your client, send them to us. Our job as CPAs is not to discourage the client from buying. In fact, most of these people are coming from countries that have very, very high tax rates. And so when they come to us and we tell them, hey, you sell your property and make money, you're going to pay 15% capital gains tax. For a Canadian, that would be 50%.
Oh, wow.
So they're really encouraged when they come into the office and they see how low the U.S. tax rates are. So we like to partner with the real estate agents and really it kind of helps sell the property, to be honest with you, when they know a real estate agent can't sell their property unless they have all the pieces together.
You're correct.
And part of it is the tax side. So that's where we come in.
That's the main
Right,
revenue.
and I'll field calls all day, every day, a lot of times. Many times from realtors, they'll have me, send their client to me. They have questions, and like Matt mentioned, we really help sell the property because we try to give the client a warm, fuzzy feeling. Let them know, hey, things are not as bad as you may have heard. Because a lot of times there's a lot of misconceptions and
Yes,
there's like you mentioned, there's a lot of wrong advice out there.
Yes.
So it really makes the real estate agent pretty happy when their client comes back to them pretty happy because we really explain things and what things really are like, and it's not as bad as they've heard. So
And you cannot sell the tax if there's a tax liens on it.
and
For
honestly,
sure.
exactly, and honestly,
Has to be clear tax.
I'm happy to answer questions for people. We don't. They may not become a client of ours, but I'm happy just to answer because it really comes back eventually.
And my whole podcast is about share and care.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you don't,
Exactly.
if you don't share, you don't care either,
Right.
or vice versa.
You're right.
So another question would be the tax backgrounds and specialties. That's gonna be more related to you. What
Sure.
backgrounds and tax specialties you have, and how long have you been doing that for?
Yeah, so I've been a CPA since 2002. Harding Bell International is a licensed CPA firm as well. And so we have a mix of certified public accountants,
Okay.
enrolled agents, actually a chartered accountant from the UK that are part of our employees and staff at HBI. So we're able to handle traditional CPA services, domestic tax, bookkeeping, 1040s, corporate income tax returns, but then where I think we're above a lot of other firms are the international side. So
Okay.
that's really a niche market where we can advise people coming into the country, how do you do planning when you come to the United States? How do we keep your taxes as low as possible? Are there any pitfalls when you look to immigrate to the U.S.? So that's, I think, where we can really stand out on the international client base. And, you were talking about things getting busy. Of course, the borders have been shut down. Travel internationally
Yes.
is tough. I think once the borders open up, we're going to see a huge influx of
Oh, wow.
clients coming from overseas. These people have been saving money up for 2
Oh, yeah.
years, staying in their homes, being landlocked,
Yeah.
and now they want to come to sunny Florida, buy a property.
Beautiful
So
state.
I think that's it's
I also want to
encouraging.
touch on because on the FIRPTA, you guys one of the biggest by IRS evaluation, correct? Can you just
We are.
touch a little bit on FIRPTA so that our realtors are know a little bit that too?
Yeah, so FIRPTA is a withholding tax. When a non-resident sells a piece of property, it's usually 15% of the sales price. So I think HBI is probably the largest firm in the country in helping clients get that tax withholding back.
Okay.
I think we processed close to 900 of those last year.
Okay.
We're very, very well versed in it. We've got a team of 3 people. That's all they do is the FIRPTA side, and very well versed in getting the tax back and making sure they're not paying more than they have to.
Okay. And then I want to touch, you guys have a big space where you used to do events for the realtors. You want to educate events. Another question, because there's a lot of realtors out there. On
Yeah.
my platforms, they like to know when you guys going to reopen back again so we can
Yeah.
all go there and listen to you and your expertise.
Right.
Any
well,
ideas?
Yeah, well, definitely the plans are there. We're kind of formulating the classes now
Okay.
and getting things ready. So we should be kicking off. Hopefully next month we'll
Okay.
actually start having the in-person events, and all of our clients will let them know. Of course, if they're able to reach out to us, we can add them to the list and invite them to come out.
And during that session, what you basically are teaching the realtors what
We'll
to
teach
do.
a variety of different things. We'll teach a class on FIRPTA. We will do an international day that will actually bring in people from other industries that, such as currencies and insurance, really home warranties, anything kind of property related.
Okay.
And we'll bring in the realtors so they can educate them on all those things. And then we'll do also things on tax. Matt will teach some classes on tax for realtors, property management companies as well, because there's some special things as far as property management, tax that's
Okay.
different, maybe some other industries. Those are some things we've done. And we'll bring in people from outside as well. We've done estate planning, just various types
Personal
of things.
finance,
Good.
budgeting. It's pretty
Awesome.
pretty varied on those things
Broad
that we teach
spectrum.
on. Yeah.
Now the question, I'm a business owner and I open my business. I don't know where to go, what to do. I do well, and next thing you know, I get audits.
Yep.
What should I do?
call us.
Call you.
Yeah.
Great. Can you a little bit touch on audits? How is it
Yeah.
important as a part of the business, being as a part of the business planning?
Sure. So I think audits in general in our client base are pretty rare. If I looked back over the last 25 years, we've probably had, I'd say, 10 clients that have had actual audits where IRS agents come out. And I'm a big believer in if you prepare the returns correctly and you have the name of a reputable CPA firm at the bottom of the return, that pushes a lot of audit risk away.
Okay.
The people that we see getting audited a lot of times are people who have gone to one of these shops that they do tax returns the first part of the year and then you can never find them again.
Okay.
They're putting things on the returns that may not be correct, don't really understand the process, and so if we have people that are coming in from another accounting firm, we can help them resolve the IRS issues. But as far as us dealing with the IRS, the good thing is as CPAs and enrolled agents, we can talk directly with the IRS. We can help them get it resolved. Either sometimes the payment plan works, sometimes the tax return is just wrong. Had one the other day where the client got a bill for $150,000.
Oh, wow.
Didn't owe any of it. Had a client that got a bill for $1.2 million and didn't owe any of it.
That's a lot of
So, sometimes it's just matching issues the
Okay.
IRS computer picks up on, and we can help resolve those as well. So my advice is don't throw the letters away.
Yeah,
Come
keep-
in and talk to us, because the longer you wait, the more pain there is in trying to
And
get
penalties.
it fixed. That's exactly
Okay.
right.
Now the other question is, as a CPA and you as a vice president, you are licensed in the state of Florida, but you can do business in nationwide and internationally, right?
That's exactly right. So,
Okay.
so CPAs and tax preparers and accountants, we're not limited where
Okay.
we can operate. So I'm licensed in the state of Florida. The Harding Bell International is licensed as a CPA firm in the state of Florida, but we have clients in all 50 states.
Good.
Clients that live in other countries, so we can assist anybody no matter where their property is, where they're generating their money.
Okay.
Whether it's tax returns, setting up entities, we can
Okay.
assist in
Now I want
anything.
to get touched because, like you said, there's the CPA firm is getting to shortage of the accountant CPAs. I'm a graduate from UF, UCF, any college out there. Getting into an accounting degree, and you as a professional CPA, 20 plus years behind, what piece of advice you will give to the millennials, especially millennials? What should they do and expect going
Sure.
to college and coming after the college? Now you're hearing the reality.
I
What
would-
is your typical day becoming a CPA, so they are aware once they
Yeah,
get there?
sure. So, I think first of all that we talked about this before the show started, but I think 95% of what you learn in the accounting profession is on-the-job training.
Okay.
So that accounting degree, that 5% you learn in class, that gets your foot in the door. The other 95% is really on-the-job training. So we've got interns. We love to have interns
good.
from colleges come in. If you are bilingual, please call us. If you know Portuguese and you have an accounting degree, please call us, because
Okay.
we're wanting to expand into those areas, and there's a really big need for those type of folks. So, I think the one thing to remember is if you're thinking about going into accounting and why I thought about getting a general business degree, and I realized that accounting showed me really the inner workings of the business. So I could still do business management with an accounting degree if I wanted to, but it's hard to do accounting with a business management degree. So went for accounting, and now I'm managing a business with Steve and doing the accounting
Good.
side.
Great.
I'd highly recommend it. I think it's a great industry, and it's not going away. Accounting's been around for
Forever.
thousands of years.
Whatever. My last question is for both of you.
Okay.
If there is some questions I didn't either hide under the rug or the club chairs or under on the other side of the productions, you love to give the piece of advice, who you are, what the people do business with you should do or should not do. Is something particular about you want to reach out to the audience, something about your uniqueness. What would that be?
Well, might go first. I think for me is that I really care about the clients and making them happy. Not in the sense of just good happy feeling. We want to do a good job for people.
Yes.
I hate to see, and this happens often. Matt mentioned we have clients coming to them, their accountant or something was wrong and messed up, or they're not happy and not responsive. And I'm happy to take care of them and make life better for them. And that's really, I think, what drives me is
Good.
that I really want to, we want to do a good job, and we know that our staff is phenomenal. So it's easy to sell what I do because I know they're going to do a great job for
Good.
them.
And what about you, sir?
Yeah, I think it's just going on from what Steve said. The thing that excites me about where we're at as a firm right now, I think, is that we have such a great staff in place with supervisors over each department. So if someone comes in and they need bookkeeping, payroll, IRS issues, foreign tax, we've got someone that can handle it, that will be assigned to their case. And, like Steve said, I think really we care about our clients. That's easy to throw out, but we really do. We care about the people that we deal with, whether it's clients, friends, people that refer the clients to us. We want to take care of them. And first and foremost, that's job one. If we make money on it, that's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.
Puts food on the table, but we want to make sure that we have a great reputation. And HBI does have a great reputation, and that's what we want to carry on going forward.
Good. And I want to congratulate you guys on that. And the only reason you are today is because of your reputation and what you do for others. So that was the podcast, episode 15. We give it to our two special guests, the presidents, Matt Bell and Vice President Steve Bell. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you,
Please
George.
like, share, comment, we'll share, we'll post. We want to grow together. We want to bring the internships, our special guest and host, Tiggy. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Care and share.